First, as many of the speakers here, I want please to thank all the organizers to invite us to communicate and to meet you. My subject this morning, it's a very specific one. And I want to start by one thing important for any physician all over the world. And this is consultation. And this consultation, it's the base of the application of the job of the physician. And for this kind of act, they have to follow this kind of map with a lot of step. And during this time, the physician could change people in a patient, and with in final, some diagnostic and some treatment. Teleconsultation is, as you know, pretty new for a lot of physicians. What it means? Tele is the Latin word truth for far, like far west. So in English, teleconsultation, it's a far consultation. For that, let's see this definition of telemedicine from US in 1995. And you could see that the focus of this definition is computer, phone, and so on. So on the beginning of this story of telemedicine, GPs have a phone to communicate with the patient. You have a pen with a paper to write something. You have a computer with a very basic some information about the patient, but he didn't use the normal tool he have in his normal application. So after some times, the equipment take a big evolution with the computer, with the possibility of sensors and so on. That was the case for, at least in my country, to have a lot of application. And first, the French authorities redefined the telemedicine and put the physician inside and in the middle of the definition. So at that time, let's see a lot of application, of course, in the daily practice, and all this application use a lot of devices with a lot of constraint concerning technical use. And in final, it was teleconsultation. Okay, but this teleconsultation, how it was really for the physician. It was the same map that on the beginning, but there are some missing things, okay? So, in Europe, it has a very big evolution of telemedicine, and a lot of European countries have a large e-health strategy. So, e-health alpha. What was the challenge? First, to implement and to simplify the equipment, to reach and close as possible the basic consultation process, and to be adapted and to be in conformity with different country legal rules and for health and drugs. The equipment, let's see, you know certainly a lot of carts like that in the past, with a lot of cable, a lot of electric power disponibility and so on. I think it's pretty new. This pretty new one simplify all the things concerning to catch by the sensor all the information necessary about a patient, and also a protection concerning all the things concerning the quality of use, this septicity and so on. And it is very important to consider that it is in the middle of this health alpha system that now I will try to describe for you. This is the main use of this chart card called LIMSTAR. As you can see, a patient is with people, auxiliary people, nurses, or just people training for that, and the GP, the physician, is inside this system. And the system is in relation, of course, with the GPs at distance. Concerning the Transatlantic Teleconsultation, it was initiated between France and a specific town in US, Houston. And it is a long distance, about roughly 7,000 kilometers. And for that, we opened a plan in Houston with all the facility and the normally installation necessary for that, with a waiting room, with a consultation room, with this, you could see the limb in the middle. And of course, when you try to have this consultation of so long distance, it is the first thing to have to open it. The patient have the possibility to see the GP, and of course, every people could be authentified or just to know from one to the other by some cards or by some things normally in the pocket of the physician on the one side and the patient in the other side. Of course, the people have to sign an informed consent in a French one and an American one on the both sides. Of course, afterward the consultation could start. This is a real-time auscultation, the real-time throat exam, the real-time ear exam, the real-time ultrasound, the real-time of 12 leads ECG. And after all this information collected by the system, it was the time for the physician to write the prescription. He used an electronic pen and an electronic paper for the prescription. This prescription has immediately sent it by internet with secret messagery. And in US, the prescription was received on the same limb star you could see now, and the pharmacist could have the possibility to control what is inscribed on the prescription paper. And you could see these two papers, one in France and one in the States, are exactly the same, except the barcode in the American one. Why? Because we have to control if really the prescription is correct prescription. This is the barcode prescription. The drug formulary and the list of medicaments is on both sides. And of course, you could see here the list of the drug. And in the bracket, you can have F, it's for French drug, and US, it's for US drug. Why? Because inside the facility in Houston, a lot of drug for France was collected, and of course also some US one was at disposal for the treatment of the people. All the things now are entered inside the computer by the physician in France, and time by time, all the dossiers, the HR dossier for the patient are inside the computer with all the possibility to be secured. And at the end, all these things are controlled in final by the GP, and all the things are known by the patient, and the prescriptions could be used directly in the plan of Houston. So it's a tremendous operation. It's a little ambitious. It works, and the consultation at the end, if you see the map of the beginning, it's almost complete as a face-to-face one, but only one thing is missing is percussion, because it is not possible from a computer to have this percussion, okay? Else, alpha why? First of all, because 10,000 French people are living in Houston. And these people are very young, normally with a lot of kids. They prefer to have a contact with the French medical people, and don't forget that the health in the States are very expensive. And this is the possibility now to be processed and accepted by the French and American authority, because on both sides they accept that. FDA agreement for importation of the French drug with a special procedure. Respect of rule of and guideline of teleconsultation on both sides, US and France, and diplomatic support by the French consulate in Houston. So this is really an extrapolation of the normal teleconsultation you could have over a small distance or inside the same country. And I think it's very important to consider that it's a new step concerning the use of telemedicine. Thank you very much.